This is Nathan again from the ebookreader.com. For this video I'm going to show you some different PDF files on the PRS-650. So I got them set up in a specific collection down here so they're easier to get to. So first thing I'll show you is just a regular text-based PDF. You probably got a lot of these if you've downloaded them over the years. And so this is about what you're going to look like on the normal setting layout. It preserves the normal layout on the small setting. If you go to medium, it will reflow it. It looks something like this. And then typically it'll have a blank space at the end of the page. So everything works just like in the other ebook. You can look up the dictionaries, set dictionaries, whatever. Add bookmarks, notes, highlights, all that. One cool thing about this, so let's go back to small, is that so a lot of these old PDFs like this, they have light colored text. You can come in and hit custom and set the dial so that you can get some darker text. Oops, a little too far. It turns black if you go too far. So that makes things quite a bit easier to see here. I'll show you in the landscape mode where it'll be easier to read. So a couple different page modes. I'll show you the two columns later. Margin cut. So you cut the margins a little bit. So some other zooming options would be using the custom zoom dial. And then there's page lock, so that when you turn the page it stays in that position. Then when you click it off it goes back to normal. Let's go back to orientation. Let me show you some other ebooks. If you hold down options it goes back to your list that you were previously at. So okay, here's the 2-column PDF. I already have the text set darker on here. So this is where the good old 2-column setting works good. So then when you turn pages it goes from top to bottom instead of left to right, so that you can follow the columns. One thing I noticed is that this doesn't work in landscape mode unless the PDF is set up for 2 pages where it's really wide. So back to original. Again, if you go into the different landscape here, so the page mode, the 2-column thing doesn't work in this mode since it's just one page. So your options would be to zoom in and then pan around that way. You can also set it to width. Let's go back to normal. Okay, so some other PDFs real quick. So here's a more common layout for something you might have for a textbook. It's a little bit easier to read in this mode. And then it's quite a bit easier obviously in landscape mode. Of course I always go to that menu to go to landscape mode when it's in the other menu. So this is one that has that light text and it works good to darken it. The Kindle has a little bit easier setting for this. It just has some presets, but works pretty good if you just set the dial right there. If you go too far, it just turns the whole page black. So you can scan through the PDFs pretty quickly just by holding down. Pretty cool way to try to find something. Okay, like I said, everything works in a PDF as it would in a regular ebook. You come in here, you can add notes just by, you can highlight, scribble notes on here, write stuff in the margins, whatever. Okay, let me show you a more complex PDF real quick. This is the large PDF file that I use to show how it'll work for, it's like 90 megabytes and it loads it pretty quick. Some of you readers kind of have a problem loading this one, but the Sony handles it pretty well. Obviously you can't read it too good in this mode, it's better in landscape mode for this particular PDF. So you can jump to pages. Table of contents has multi-levels, so you can easily find what you're looking for. Okay, let me show you a graphic novel here real quick. So it kind of depends on how you got them laid out, but in this mode it's typically not going to be able to read a text balloon. It's very good. I always do that. I go there to change the orientation when it's in the other menu. Alright, so in this way you can read them pretty good. Let me go to close up there. So it breaks the page down into two sections. The darks are definitely a lot blacker on this screen with the pearl display as opposed to the older display with the glary touchscreen. Okay, so that about wraps up this PDF review. Visit theebookreader.com for some close-up pictures and some more details. Thanks for watching.